Hello, friends. Thank you for checking out Fort Worth Roots, a variety interview podcast based right here in Fort Worth, Texas. This is one episode out of 10 that we are using to launch the podcast. Thank you for joining us. You can find all of our social media links and show notes at www.fortworthroots.com. My guest today is the lead singer of Hightower Band. She has starred in multiple films. Please give it up for the beautiful and amazing Lindsay Hightower. We're also joined today with the guitarist for Hightower Band and just an all-around awesome dude, Taylor Tashi. All right, that's it. Let's start the show. Actually, no, Andrew, that's not it. I forgot to tell you guys some things. At the beginning of this episode, I'm going to play you a song called Nobody's Fool. Hightower Band gave me this file to play at the beginning of the episode. And I took so long to put this thing together that they actually came out with a new single called Treading Water. And that's going to be played at the end of the episode. Look, guys, the quality of this episode is really low. I tried using LAV mics and cell phones to record this, but by the next episode, you'll notice the audio quality goes through the roof because I went and got a really nice audio interface, and so it really drastically improves the quality of the audio. That's it from me. Enjoy this song. Enjoy the episode. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Like the moon, he draws me in. Oh, be weird.
I'm incredibly nervous. So.
And we're dorky and weird. So
I mean, we're just talking now.
Yeah, we're definitely just talking. So I looked up some stuff on you. I don't know how much of this stuff is accurate.
Okay.
Probably your Facebook stuff is the most accurate.
Yeah.
But I guess the goal here was just to get together, talk to you guys, and you're gonna have to remind me your name, man.
Oh, Taylor.
Taylor. Okay.
And Andrew?
Yeah.
Cool.
Andrew. And it's Lindsay with an A.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I screwed that up on a post, and then I went back and edited.
I had been called a lot worse. It's
fine. But yeah, just kind of get an idea of where you came from, how you got to where you're at now, and then just see where the conversation goes. I looked up as much as I could. It started getting kind of murky when I started looking for like your acting stuff.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of information on that.
Yeah.
But that was something I didn't know about you, so I was excited to hear about that. But
totally.
So where did your kind of career start off at, or where are you from? Maybe that's where we should start.
So I grew up in Dublin, Texas.
Okay.
So it's little time. Are you familiar at all?
Yeah. We used to ride Harleys down there. We'd take a day, go down there, check things out, and I guess the first year that we rode down to Dublin, they had just changed the name of the Dr. Pepper factory because they got in a bunch of trouble for that.
I know.
So
it's so sad.
Yeah, everybody was pretty bummed because all the Dr. Pepper stuff had to be taken off, and there was like some kind of big Dr. Pepper like monument that they had to pull down, and they put something else in its place, kind of trying to make do.
It was like this billboard, and it was the Pretty Peggy Pepper or whatever, and she would swing on the billboard, and they had to take all of that down. Yeah, it was the big to-do. It's still the big to-do. We're still talking about it in Dublin.
Yeah. I'm going to turn a little bit towards you, but all right, so started off in Dublin.
Yeah, so I started off in Dublin, and my mom would play a little bit of piano, my dad would play some guitar, but I never knew anybody that was a musician or somebody that really did that. Like, that just wasn't going on in my town. And then my freshman year, I got in a little trouble, and I had to go to like a school where it's like only 4 hours a day on a different campus, and that was my punishment.
Okay.
But I was like, this is incredible. I was like, wait, what? And so I'd gotten a little karaoke machine, and I didn't have anything else to do besides rollerblade and whatever. And so I picked that up. I just kind of like fell in love with it.
So I'm sorry to interrupt you. When you got the karaoke machine, did you have like people, oh my God, you're incredible? Were you just naturally good at performing and singing?
No. I mean, but I dug it. And again, I didn't have anything else to do, but I did notice the more I was doing it, the better I was getting at it. And then, and then I was singing in front of my parents, and I dug it, right? And then I had a friend who had heard of a lady who manages kids and was also a vocal coach that lived in San Saba, Texas.
How far is that from Dublin?
An hour and a half.
Oh my God.
Right. But again, I didn't have anything else to do, and luckily my parents were like, you got to get into something.
Are your parents driving you back and forth?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because they just wanted me to stop, get out of trouble, and this will be good for her to do something.
Yeah.
And so then I got in with her, and there was a little Opry in Stephenville that I would play at, and it just kind of, and then her name's Kay Scott. She's still there and still does the same thing, but she took me under her wing and helped me with that, and took me to Nashville, and just kind of grew with her.
Fast forward to Nashville, how did that happen?
Well, so she had a bunch of connections because that's what she works right. She works with kids and manages them and grooms them, and so we were just going back and forth, and then I finished high school, and then I went to Belmont in Nashville for a little bit for schooling, and I thought I wanted to
How old are you then?
18.
Okay.
And so I thought I wanted to do music business, and I just didn't dig it. Like,
yeah, the business side of it.
It was like this is the one thing I don't like about music. But and then I decided I just couldn't find my place in Nashville at that time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think maybe I want a different city, maybe somewhere Yeah, it's the Bible Belt, like
Right.
in Nashville, and nothing wrong with that. But I was like, okay, I don't fit in here
Right,
this moment, and so I was like, I want to go to LA. So I went to LA, and that's where I wanted to be an actor. So I started getting an acting class, did all of, lived that life, and then I got pregnant.
Yeah.
That was a long ride home, you
know.
know? Yeah, like it was a long ride home. Best thing that ever happened to me. But yeah, that was a long ride home.
And how old were you at that point?
I would have been 22.
22, okay. So was that the end of your acting career in LA?
No, I continued on here in Dallas, and then I actually was able to keep kind of going back to LA, back and forth a couple of years after. Ashton, I think, was like 2, 3, but I was able to kind of go back and forth and still do some stuff. But I did a lot of stuff in DFW.
Ashton's your son?
Ashton's my son.
Okay.
Yes.
So, how long did it take the parents to come around?
I mean, I told whenever I told my parents, I remember my dad was like, well, get ready to work at Dairy Queen like the rest of your life. Like, I mean, it was brutal. It was brutal. But of course, like, as this all happened, and they're a major part of his life, and it all worked out perfect. Like,
Yeah.
it was just hard. There was a couple of hard years.
Yeah. So the acting in LA, did you get to do any sizable roles, or were you just kind of working the back scene? How does that?
I mean, I did some.
I know nothing about it. So.
Yeah, I did some background stuff and just kind of little things here and there. My bigger roles were actually here in Dallas, Fort Worth.
Okay.
And I don't remember what my first movie was back here. But I guess the biggest one would be the Inflicted. Which is a horror movie.
Okay.
And that was cool. Like it was fun.
I think it was Fort Worth Weekly. I saw a little thing that they did on you, and it said something about you being into slasher horror films. So would that kind of fit that
it was
description?
fun making it.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed making it, and I do like, and my styles kind of changed too, as most people do, but just that campy thing, like I loved, like I dug it.
What year was that film made?
Maybe 2014.
Okay, so fairly recently.
And also you can check like IMDb. It lists all my credits. I mean, I can't.
Is there another Lindsay Hightower? Because I found what I thought was yours, but I couldn't find an image to save my life.
Because I no longer do it. So so I don't keep my image up.
Because you have to probably pay for it, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Or your agent. If you're with an agent at the time, then they'll kind of take care of all of that.
I didn't know if I was looking at it.
No, that's it.
Okay, so Inflicted. Mm-hmm. Can we see that on Netflix?
On iTunes.
Oh, okay.
You can on iTunes.
Okay, cool. Do you have a bunch of copies of it?
No.
Has your son seen it?
No.
Oh, is it that bad?
No.
Have you seen it, Taylor?
No.
No?
I have not.
As like a form of protest, or?
No, I don't think I just haven't really sought it out.
You're not into horror movies, maybe?
No, I love horror movies.
Yeah. You got a favorite?
Do I have a favorite horror movie? I don't know, man. I suck with movie titles.
Kind of threw a curveball at you.
No, I don't really have one on the top of my head. I don't know. What about you?
I thought Hereditary was.
That was a good one.
See, yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That
little girl with the ticking noise. Right?
Oh my
gosh. Am I thinking of the right one?
That's it. That's it. Oh, that scene after, head gets chopped up, and like that actor on the way back, and then you hear the mom, and then you hear the mom's current, like it was. It was terrible.
I think that type of movie, like the way that one ended, bothers a lot of people, but I kind of like that because they leave it up to you to like. You kind of close it out yourself, use your imagination.
I loved the way it ended.
Yeah.
I thought it was, and Toni Collette, oh my gosh, she's.
Not familiar with that.
That's the mom.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's the mom. I thought she killed it.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorites.
Did you guys watch The Babadook?
I haven't seen that.
What'd you think?
It's like, I liked it. That's like where they, like, there was a crooked man with the crooked or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Duke.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're talking
The
about.
Babadook.
That's pretty good.
Babadook.
This is a separate film.
It was a different
Okay,
film.
I didn't know if we were talking about the same one.
No.
He came up with this film.
I wrote it.
Did you really?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, now you know I'm gullible. All right. Great, I've been exposed.
No, the kid actor though is like, whenever I see like a good, because it can all kind of be cheesy, but
Yeah.
so like when like you get a kid actor who's like impressive, you're like, this guy's got
Sure.
some skills.
Yeah.
He's
And
got
I think
chops.
horror movies probably get a little more leeway with the
I think so.
B-budget stuff.
Sure.
But
Totally.
and you're willing to accept it a little more. Why? I don't know why that is, but
Yeah.
like Jason Voorhees, it's a terrible movie, but we've all seen it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
So Taylor, when did y'all meet up as a team? Because y'all have worked together for years, haven't you?
About a year.
Oh, okay.
So it was just last year. We had like a mutual acquaintance. Like I had done some, like I worked with she was working with a producer. His name's Justin Collins, JC. So they were in the studio and they were just kind of going through a guitar. They needed a guitar player. They were kind of going through a transition in the band, and I have worked with JC since I was like 18. Like my high school band recorded with him for the first time, and then from there, I'm a friendship guy, so I'm always like, going back and using the same person. So we had a relationship, and JC and I have played in a couple of bands. But anyway, that's kind of how we met. He was like, "Hey, Hightower's looking for a guitar player," and the band that I was in kind of dissolved. Lead singer got married and had a kid, and super happy for him. And but anyway, I was looking for another gig, and
Just perfect timing.
it was perfect timing for sure, because he's like, she's holding auditions, and I auditioned it. That's it.
But watching Inflicted was not part of the audition.
No.
No.
It's like prerequisite.
So what role did you play in that movie?
It was a lead.
Okay.
What was her name? I mean,
It's been a few days ago, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. Oh, I cannot
What's the
remember.
plot?
Oh man.
Oh no.
Demon
So-
baby something.
No, so there's a guy,
Okay.
and he he kidnapped me, right? Or like he was a serial killer.
Okay.
And he would go after women, but with the idea of wanting to impregnate the women to have a baby, but they keeps them, in a dungeon type thing.
It's like satanic stuff all over.
I mean, yeah, I mean like skulls and like whatever. You'll have to watch the.
I'm gonna
like,
watch it for sure.
Yeah, watch the trailer, and I mean it's. I feel bad saying it, but I mean, it's terrible. But I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, and
That's another notch on your belt for sure.
yeah.
And you already said it was your favorite.
The Inflicted.
Huh?
Oh, I think that's the biggest role, like, or the movie. That would probably be the biggest one. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. It was hard. I mean, it was like taxing on my mind. I think I was a nightmare to live with at the time. When we were filming it.
Getting in the character.
Yeah,
How long did the filming process take?
maybe about a couple of months.
Okay.
So.
But the entire time, just to.
It was terrible because if I know that I'm going to have an emotional scene, which that's all that they were, that's all I can think about. Like, I'm going to have to pull it out. Like, I got to cry, like I got to cry, I got to scream, like
Gotta sell it.
I can't be happy. Like during the, like I got to kind of felt like I had to stay in that thing because if you're getting paid for it and you don't want to not be able to perform, especially if that's like what you're there to do, and that's
wanna
what you
do a
like
good
to
job.
do or whatever. Yeah. So it was good. Yeah, it was a good experience for me.
Yeah.
Did you keep tweezers in your pocket so you could cry?
No, I like,
Oh my
you
God.
know.
Is that a thing?
It's kind of a joke, but
I hope so.
you know,
I
you
don't
pinch
think I'd be
yourself.
willing to do that. Sounds bad.
Just pinch yourself with the tweezers and then you can tear up.
All right, so I'll have to check out Inflicted.
Yeah.
So that was 2014. I feel like we skipped some steps there.
Yeah.
Does that speed us up to the right spot?
Let's see. What old... Man, I need to go back and look at my life. Like, I don't remember.
Well, that's the good thing about these recordings. We'll have some kind of backup to our memory.
Because if I don't remember now, like 10 years from now, I'll be like, I don't know what I was doing. Like, I have no idea. You know, whenever I moved back here, so I had Ashton and was living in the DFW area.
Okay.
And I knew that I still wanted to do acting. And so I had an agent there, which, I mean, he's still, he's been my agent forever, like ever since I moved back. So, and, so I mean, I would still do a bunch of that stuff, commercials or modeling or little movies or whatever. And, let's see. Shit. And, and then I kind of got into like some musical theater stuff.
Okay.
And I was like, and so that took me into burlesque troupe.
Okay.
So I got to sing the songs that I liked, and it was fun, and I got to travel with like my girlfriends. I mean, we had a blast. Like it was so much fun. And
was that primarily at like a certain theater or venue?
no, we would travel. I mean, just in Texas, but they were called the Velvet Kittens.
Okay.
And that kind of got in my musical theater bug out too. It was fun. Mm-hmm. And that's how I met my bass player, who still plays with me today.
Was here today?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's how we met. We would be the act at Hyenas at Mockingbird.
Okay.
So they have the comedians, and we'd come and do a show. And so I met him there, and then we kind of started another little project from there, and have played ever since. So
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the genesis of Hightower? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I had another band called like Mad Hatter Mood, and it was just a cover band. Mm-hmm. And we did that for a little bit, but I knew that I wanted to write. Like, I knew that I wanted to write anything and music. And then I ran into one of the guys that I met from my bass player. I ran into him somewhere in Fort Worth, and I was like, I want to make an album. And he was like, that's crazy, because that's kind of what we're doing right now, is we're taking artists, and you can make an album, and we'll help you with this. And
so they're going to pay for the recording and all that?
No.
Oh.
No. But
we help with producing.
We help with the producing, and because I can, like I wrote Echo Spring completely with the guitar, but I only know just enough to get myself in trouble. Like I couldn't, like I do not consider myself a guitar player.
Leave that to Taylor.
Yeah. Yes. But it helped me kind of write or pick out stuff, but that kind of stops and starts.
Yeah.
Starts and stops there.
So kind of a collaborative effort there.
Yeah, it was very much a collaborated effort, and then we recorded it, and then I also started working at an oil company, and all of that, we're kind of seeing that was about to fall apart, and I met Matt Jones, who is like our manager now. We were both there, and he was,
new manager.
Yeah. And he was working at the oil company, and I was, and he was like, well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I want to sing. Like, I want to do this. And I was like, what do you want to do? And he was like, I want to do PR. Like, let's do this. I mean, I remember this conversation. It was just on the couch, and then we just started figuring it out. I mean, he's really great at that stuff, and I'm not. Like, I don't want to do the booking and all of that.
Business stuff. No, thank you. Is Matt the guy I talked to
Yes.
whenever we were getting Altitude Growth thing?
That's exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So
He's great.
Really nice guy.
he's really nice, and he's great at it, and he's just good at this stuff that I'm not. Like,
Right.
that's my weakness.
Well,
you
at
know?
least you can identify that. That's
Totally.
that's important to figure out what's your lane and what you need to delegate to somebody else.
Right. Yeah.
I've had to learn that the hard way a few times. So
Me too.
yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
So so Hightower.
Mm-hmm.
What's the progression with that? I mean, y'all, from what I'm seeing on your social media, it just looks like it's been top-notch entertainment from start to finish.
You know, we've gotten better. Like, I mean, it's evolved. Like, I think, because just, you know, like, I'm a big believer in 10,000 hours. You know, like,
Right.
So
yeah, I keep hearing that.
yeah. I'm a big believer in that. So I mean, I think we've just gotten enough hours. Like, if you're not getting better, something's wrong.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, so we're, yeah. I believe in what we do. We can always be better. But it has gotten better. So we put out Echo Spring, and then we did 2 EPs, Night and Day, and that's where we recorded at Echo Lab, which is how we met Taylor. And then last week, it was our first collaboration. We
Right. So
was it Wednesday?
It was just this past Wednesday we recorded a new track.
like our new one,
okay,
and that's going to be
awesome.
like the first one of like this new album that we're going to make, and it is, you know, like not a new sound, but kind of a new sound. Like,
It's definitely a new sound.
yeah,
I kind of came in again, like, you know, she was working with a, you know, I mean, that just happens naturally. You know, you come in as a guitar player, you learn the catalog, and you know what I mean. But they were in the studio at the time, and they, and anyway, I just basically just did guitars on the song. So this was our first, like, collaborative effort, like writing the song start to finish. You know, instead of me kind of jumping in and just kind of recording guitar. You know what I mean?
Earned your stripes now. You're contributing to the
Yeah, and
Yeah.
where that came from. I mean, we've been writing for. We have a few that we're gonna get done. So our goal was to make an album this year. So.
Yeah. And how many albums are you up to now with Hightower?
So we have the one full album, which is Echo Spring, and then we have the 2 EPs, Night and Day. And I think is there 3 songs on each of those?
Mm-hmm. So like 2 albums worth of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Can people find Echo Spring on iTunes?
Yeah.
iTunes,
On all of the
Spotify,
stuff.
Amazon, yeah.
And it's going to be under Hightower Band. Did we get that? I don't remember if it's Hightower or
I think
Hightower
it's-
Band.
I
Because
think
there's
it's
another European band called
okay.
Hightower,
Yeah.
which is like a metal, you know, which is not us. Like, so it's Hightower
I
Band.
believe it's Hightower.
Oh,
It's Hightower.
I couldn't remember if we got it switched or not.
It's all there. On Hightower.
Okay. What are you on right there?
So that's Spotify.
Spotify?
Yeah.
Can they download it from Spotify?
I mean, you can stream it. So
Yeah.
you can stream it, but you can also, you know, you can save it. So,
Oh, cool.
like, you know what I'm talking about? Like offline notes.
Yeah.
So technically you can download it.
Yeah.
You know?
So do y'all get proceeds for that?
Yeah, I mean,
having
we're
your
trying to
music
get
on
some
there?
traction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
what is it? Like 0.001. It's like a tenth of a cent per play.
Yeah.
You know.
It adds up every little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Sure. And we just want people to hear it. You know what I mean? Like,
Coughing all over this recording.
That's all right. We'll either we'll keep it. It's authentic.
yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We're all human. That's the stupid thing.
What was I going to ask you? Get my train of thought, Taylor.
I'm sorry.
So tell me about this. Y'all got a little tour coming up.
Yep.
San Antonio, here, and there was one other Austin.
No. Okay, so it's Dallas. I can't remember which ones we're doing
Right.
first, but
Yeah.
so it's Dallas, San Antonio,
Houston.
and Houston.
Houston.
That's
Okay.
what it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Rustic?
I think
Any
we
of them?
have. Yeah, I can't.
They're
I'm trying
great.
to remember.
Yeah.
Is it on? Is it down there in Deep Ellum?
No, it's kind of off of.
Maybe I
remember
haven't
where the
been there.
Dallas one is.
That's great.
The last time we went down there,
It
we
says
went to
massive.
the trees.
Yeah.
Have y'all been to the Trees?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tight little venue.
Yeah.
It's small,
Have you played
but
Trees?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember who we went and saw Cold last time, which was a friend of mine wanted to go see it. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
It's a fun venue. It's a fun area.
And then the bands that they had with them that came on beforehand were really good. One of them was from like Norway or something.
Cool.
It was really cool.
Yeah, they bring up some really cool acts.
Yeah, it was. We had a really good time. My actually the reason that that's not a really nice camera is because my window got broken out while we were down there, and they stole my camera bag. Which, come on, whose fault is that? I shouldn't have my bag sitting out.
It's just heartbreaking, though.
Oh man,
That's like heartbreaking.
I'm not a crier. I cried the whole way
get
home.
it.
Like
I
not
get it.
sobbing,
I
but
get
I mean
it,
like I was
dude.
having to wipe
They just
away the
break the
tears.
window.
You know?
I'm not crying.
There
You're
was
crying.
a couple $1,000s worth of gear in that bag.
Yeah.
Dude, it's
I
heartbreaking.
mean-
I would have cried too.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And at the time, I thought that I had just lost about 3 hours worth of video that I made for that event. It was right before that event that y'all came to.
Oh no.
And the promotional video that I'd been filming for, I thought all the data was in that bag. I got home and it was laying on the kitchen cabinet or counter.
Right.
So I was so lucky. But yeah, so that's really why I was crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the equipment was bad, but knowing that I just lost,
Right.
several months worth of work, it was
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
That would be a gut
hard
punch.
part because I didn't have it back.
Dude, I
up on
took my,
anything.
I took my dad's Jeep. So I had my guitar. I had a gig, and I was like, "Hey, Dad, I don't know why I ended up taking his Jeep, but he had just these old printers, like they were like old printers and like fax machines that he had from work. For some reason, they were in his car, and and I had to park 4 blocks away from the venue. I think we're playing at like the Door or Trees or Three Links or something like that, somewhere in Deep Ellum. And I'm like, man, I just had a feeling that I was like, somebody's gonna see all these printers and think that they're
Computers.
remotely valuable.
Yeah.
Like they're not. They're
Right.
worthless.
Right.
I don't know why he had them. I think he just had them to throw them away. I mean, anyway, but I come back and the back window's broken and somebody tried to bust in and steal. I'm like, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
It's good. And the printers were all still there.
Broke the window, saw what it was.
They're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is.
What year was this?
This is, oh man. I mean, this is years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe years
But
ago.
down in Deep Ellum.
Down in Deep
That
Ellum.
place has always been a sewer.
Yeah.
I'm just dude.
I love the venue.
It just
I do
looks big because it's big and clunky and it looks like
Right.
equipment.
But your shit's gonna get broken into.
Yeah, for
And I'm
sure.
like-
I will never park a vehicle down there again. I will
I get it.
always Uber.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna Uber from because I thought about this before we left. I was down there on West 7th, and I was like, if I Uber from here all the way to Dallas to Deep Ellum, it's gonna be $80.
Mm-hmm.
In hindsight, it would have
Yep.
been worth every penny.
Totally.
And then some.
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Man, Uber.
And
what
then
a
parking,
game
I
changer.
think I paid what? Oh, I know, and on a lot of levels because I've talked to I don't know, this guy was Department of Justice, some end of it here in Fort Worth, and he was telling me that DUIs. This was back in 2015
Yeah.
when I talked to this dude. He
10
said they were
grand.
down 50%.
Wow.
People just, I mean, why would you drive drunk now? I don't get it.
Yeah. What? There's no
Yeah.
need to.
Go to whatever bar you want. Take an Uber.
Take an Uber.
Good to go.
It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So back to your tour. Kind of went on a rabbit trail there. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's what it's about. So whatever order you're going to end up going in, how does that work out? Do y'all shoot down there the day of, set up, play, and then come home, or do y'all hang out for a couple days? Or
Well, so they're each.
1, 2, 3.
So they're
3
day
days.
after
3
day
days in
after
a
day.
row.
So there's
Yeah.
3 days, and and some of our people and friends and will go down and kind of do the whole thing with us, and it's fun.
Right.
So I don't think last time we did Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, and so Thursday it was Dallas, and then Friday was Houston, and then Saturday was San Antonio.
yeah, does that just wreck you?
Yeah. But it's,
Sounds
but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Because you're just getting to travel around to new places. I like going to new or different cities and working because you kind of see like the underbelly of the city. Like you're working, you got to go get the check, and you got to. I enjoy those interactions, and then usually, we find ourselves somewhere else.
Yeah, so we're doing
It's
Dallas,
just
San
fun.
Antonio, Houston. So
Dallas, San Antonio, Houston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, on the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th of June.
Yeah. And we're calling it the Treading Water Tour.
Yeah.
Which is
So
the
that's
song.
the song that we just recorded on Wednesday.
Okay. And where did y'all record that one?
We recorded.
Yeah, I've seen that on your
it's called
social media.
Audio Styles.
Dripping
And
Springs.
it's in Dripping Springs, Texas. So he used to live in Colleyville, and that's where, and he did some of the guitar on Echo Springs, and he had a studio out there. And so I had known him from that, and then he had moved to Dripping Springs and put the studio in there, and it's beautiful, and I do like the stuff that he,
Go ahead.
sorry.
That edits right out.
Okay.
Or it stays in for authenticity.
That's my little dude. He's not little anymore.
What's with that hair?
He
Man.
I know. He recently cut it, but he was.
That's intense.
It is intense.
It's got a mop.
Yes. Yeah.
And where's Dripping Springs? Because I've never heard of that.
Outside of
Near
Austin.
Austin.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
beautiful area.
That's where you live now?
No, that's where we recorded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's where we recorded at his new place in Dripping Springs.
Yeah.
And
So if
it
you-
was great. We did one song like one day, and then we did it. Before you go, like
How many takes
show
do y'all
you.
have to do?
What?
How many takes does it? I mean, how many hours are involved with the recording?
We moved fast on this one. Like, I don't,
Because they charge by the hour, right?
we
By
did the
the
day.
By the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which what, 10 hours maybe?
Jesus.
Well, like the entire day was 10 hours, but again, we like, if I like could think, like if I compress all the work, I mean, because we took like,
Yeah, took some breaks.
took some breaks. Yeah. I mean, we knocked it out really fast.
And it's not like the first time you played the song, so.
Right.
Well, it was the first time, to take it into the studio. He has a guy that like who played drums because we just went down the two of us, so, so we didn't have a drummer with us, but he has a guy that he likes, and
awesome.
so we recorded like a demo like together, just to send him and like give him the idea, and then we were running a little bit late, but they had already started, and like the drummer knocked out the drum track in maybe like 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Yeah, he was
like I mean,
incredible.
and so we did it in a really cool way too. Like he did it in like sections. So normally, I mean, like he didn't do it like all live because we've been doing drum loops just because that's what we have, So I'll like make a drum loop or something and then like record over that, and he kind of like heard it and he kind of took it literally, and I was like, but again, like the way that it turned out, so he was trying to make a drum loop, but he did it with a live drummer, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So did that, and then yeah, I just did the bass, the guitars, and then some piano stuff and some organ stuff.
So y'all record everything individually?
Yeah, you track it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done both. You can get 3 or 4 people in a room and get some kind of everything live, and that's an efficient way of doing it. But like, yeah, I was surprised how much we got done in 8 hours. Like it went fast. It went fast, and it sounds good. We'll show it to you.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. Yeah. So you've got the first track down. That's for the new album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I mean, so we have the rough mix. So it still needs. We just need, it needs to be mixed, and then you send it off to master to get mastered, and then it'll be completely done.
Well, you'll have to let me know whenever y'all get that wrapped up and
Okay.
Yeah,
push it out on
for
my end of
sure,
it.
Joe.
And-
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's called Treading Water.
and that's the new tune. Yep, the brand new one.
Yeah.
So let's see. I had some really good handwriting, and I made some notes. So the first thing that's on your Facebook whenever I look you up is a picture of you surfing,
Yes.
which I'm fascinated with because, one, I'm terrified of the ocean,
Yeah.
Me too.
and
Keeps telling me where to go.
I picked up a skateboard when I was already pretty much grown. I think I was 22 years old, 23 years old. And we went to a skate park, and I found out real quick I can't skateboard.
Yeah.
So I would guess that surfing would probably not work out for me either, because like a skate park, closed environment, no sharks, totally chill. Surfing, a little more.
See, I would be terrified to get on. My son's like always tries to get me to get on a skateboard. I mean, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill myself.
You
like
will definitely kill yourself.
Like I just need so the whole like just being able to land into the water thing, like
Softer than concrete.
It is. Yeah. You get tossed around a little bit, but damn, it's
But
fun.
still, it's not like...
I'm fascinated just from. I love the outdoors, anything outdoors, but I don't think I'll ever surf just because reasons I listed.
Things that like lurk below.
I don't even like getting in a cloudy lake, Texas lakes.
Yeah.
I love lakes. You won't catch me in the water.
Yeah. Yeah. I love water. Like I love the beach. I love the ocean. It's like, I think it's the one place that I feel like the most free. Cause like, I mean, you can reach all the way out. Nobody can touch. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I feel big in the ocean. Like I like it. Yes, like I would be terrified. I would die. I would die of a heart attack if I saw a shark. Like I would die. But like once you get out there, it's fine. And then I really enjoy the culture of it too.
Sure.
To like get out there and, of course, like it usually comes in three or four, right? Of a set of waves.
Yeah.
And so you paddle out there and then you know that it's coming, so you can kind of see the water getting dark, and everybody's like, yeah, like it's coming, and and somebody gets a wave, and everybody's like,
waiting.
Totally,
yeah,
and like, and when it's your wave, and and I do not surf big waves. I have zero interest in that.
Yeah.
Like, just what I do is like, it's just perfect for me.
Yeah,
but I really try it. Like, just
maybe I could get out there and just sit on a board and just kind of see where it goes.
Yeah.
Totally. Totally. That's kind of, I mean, it's super fun to ride a wave, but that's, I think, my favorite part is like being out there on the board at the times whenever the waves aren't coming in yet. Like, and you get past the break and it's just you might see a little sea turtle or like, I mean, it's just. That's
cool.
It's really cool.
I might have to check
it out. You should.
So where's your spot?
Well, I mean, just depends where I get. This last time I got to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So I mean,
are those the pictures I saw?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was incredible. Like, but
which island?
Maui.
Okay.
It was incredible. But I've surfed in Texas. I learned in Texas. But we were talking about this the other day. I think it was a really great thing that I learned in Texas because
probably far more calm, right?
Well, it is, but then you understand kind of like paddling and having to catch the wave a little bit more because the Pacific is so strong, right? I mean, it's just so powerful that you don't really have to paddle. Like you can just pop up because it's so powerful.
Yeah.
But, in Texas, you have to paddle your ass off. Like you have to be.
Otherwise, you're going to miss it.
Or you're going to miss your wave.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to get in great shape and you have to be able to paddle your ass off and,
sounds like a workout.
It's a great workout. Yeah.
Taylor, you surf?
Never.
No?
Terrified.
Is it the waves or the sharks?
It's like, it's the unknown below me.
Yeah.
Like, just all the unknown below me.
You think you could ever be in a submarine?
Yeah, I can do that.
Think so?
Yeah.
Trapped in a metal canister?
So if I'm underwater and I can see everything.
But you can't see anything. You're in a metal tube.
Oh, well, I thought you were talking about maybe one with like, they have the ones like, the crazy ones with like the window and the lights and like all that stuff. And like, if I see what's going on, like, I'm good. But like, I'm like, I can't see.
So I was thinking like a nuclear submarine. You're thinking of like an exploring submarine.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That goes down like 200 feet.
So
I'm going like a mile down.
I'm not on all of that.
I know.
That sounds terrible.
Like a metal tube? No, like that's
There's some
little
really awful
claustrophobic.
submarine movies that you need to watch.
Yeah?
I think that will definitely get you on my side of the fence.
Okay.
Can't think of anything worse.
Me neither.
I think any job in the military I could probably do except for anything involving a submarine.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're
get
probably right.
Dude.
But again, like one of those explore. You know what I'm talking about? You see
Yeah.
the movies where they, or
Yeah,
even in
I'm
like,
with you. I think I could do that because most of those they
like
only
Planet
go
Earth,
down-
like those kind of submarines, I'm down. you
Yeah,
know?
they go real shallow.
Yeah.
So most of them, I think, because nobody's got the budget like the U.S. Navy. So
No.
Yeah.
they're building
No.
stuff that can go. They don't even tell you how deep those can go, but I don't think they have any windows.
No.
Because they
I
would
don't think
bust, right? Like, I
Right,
mean,
totally.
yeah.
I mean, if
pressure?
you're building it to go deep, you don't want any
No.
windows.
That's going to end badly. Like,
No.
yeah.
I'll have to check out the surfing. Maybe next time y'all go on a trip.
Yeah.
Me and Taylor can both.
Yes,
Go out of our
do that
comfort
together.
zone.
Yes, for
Absolutely.
sure.
We'll stay close. Like
Yeah.
a support system.
Yeah, I'll just take the little.
Yes, it's a buddy system. Like,
I'll just
yeah.
take, what is it?
I'll look
Those
back.
Little foam boards.
Skim
Skim boards. or something?
boards, yeah.
I already know how it's going to turn out. I'm going to look back and I'm going to be like, where's Taylor? Oh my God, I'm in a riptide.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
3
my-
miles
see, that's-
out.
Oh my god.
That's my worst fear is like I'm gonna get
gotta be
like,
paying
just,
attention.
like rolling around in like an undertow and then like
Because I can
Hit
get a
my
little
head on a
hippie, you
coral
know,
reef
get out
and
there and
then
like
I'm
really
like-
start enjoying the environment. And then I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
totally screwed.
for
Yeah.
sure.
All right, man. We covered surfing. We already talked about your son, hiking. There was a picture of you hiking. Everybody likes hiking, right?
Yeah.
Love hiking.
I love going to national parks. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, we do that right. Like the national park.
Have you been to a lot of them?
Yeah, I've been to like Yellowstone, Yosemite. What's the one in Montana?
You got me, man.
It's beautiful. Yes, I just think we do national parks. Like, I mean, they blow my mind.
Yeah.
Life changing.
That's something that I'd like to do before I get too old to enjoy stuff like that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Go to Big Ben.
Yeah, Big Ben.
What
we just-
national parks do we have in Texas?
Big
Texas
Ben.
has. Oh, is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm an idiot.
We went. What? Like.
We went to Big Ben earlier in 2019. No, we went January. It was
Yeah.
January. It was
And
right
where
after
is
the
Big Ben? Is it down towards the Grand Canyon?
Towards Mexico.
Yeah.
Like south,
What are the mountains?
and it's deserty and mountainy and.
Okay.
But it looks a
Terlingua.
lot like.
You know Terlingua, Texas?
I want to go there so bad.
You'd
That's-
have,
that's
dude.
where- that's-
we
that's
had
where all-
so much fun.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
just a blast.
If y'all ever want to schedule, I'm not even kidding on this. I've been offering this to people for 2 years now. I want to go to Terlingua so bad.
It's cool.
Yeah.
And I'm just real bad about, like, I get stuck in work and
Yeah.
I just kind of get tunnel vision. But if I had an excuse to go, I would be there in a
All right.
second. So 'cause it's
Done.
8 hours from here. We just load
Yeah,
up,
easy.
go.
Totally.
Yeah, totally.
Check out Big Ben. But
It's like
Yeah.
7 hours from where she lives. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, easy.
For sure. I just, the light pollution here, you look up,
Yeah.
you can't even see the stars.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You get to Terlingua, different story, game changer.
Yeah,
Totally.
So,
absolutely. You've
Yeah.
never been?
no, but I mean, I'll just, this is how bad it is. I'll just look it up on Google Earth and like
Yeah.
zoom in
Yeah.
and check it out.
Yeah.
I've been telling people for a long time I was going to buy property down there because it's stupid cheap.
Right.
You can get 20 acres for like $8,000.
Right.
Wow.
It's yours.
There's a lot of it, you know?
There's a ton of it. There's tracks all over the place. There's
Yeah.
there's people in like the DFW area. I talked to a guy in I don't know, Haltom or something, and he's an agent, and he sells property down in Terlingua.
Huh.
So
So what do most people do? Do they like
There's
just
nothing to
take
do
their
down
like
there except just enjoy it.
Take like their airstreams? Because I have
There
thought
is an
I was
RV
like
park there.
I knew that like it was cheap.
It's
But then I was like, I bet if you build here, I bet that it's expensive.
to build in Terlingua.
I would think
Because
so
you have
to-
because
Yeah.
there's no. I mean, everybody's gonna have to like take
Yeah.
this stuff in.
There is a lot of like
you
single
had a-
wides and things like that.
We just had a little airstream or whatever. We got an Airbnb. It was in
That was in Terlingua.
it was in Terlingua,
yeah,
like
yeah.
proper. It was like, dude, it was awesome.
And it's a weird little town, right?
So weird.
Yeah.
Like so
Are the
weird.
people cool, or are they
funky.
just like, what are you doing here? When are you leaving?
No, it's touristy for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I mean, there's just a lot of people coming through like people just hiking Big Ben and then staying in Terlingua. So.
Yeah.
But I think that they also have appreciation. I mean, because I would say most jobs down there are tourist based. Like that town's for sure as hell not working if there's not tourists down there and buying like their drinks and their food and their, I think that they understand what's up. Like,
so they, there's no industry down there, but it used to be a mercury mining community. That's what it used to be. So there's like old abandoned tunnels and stuff. I don't know if they've all been demolished and closed down and stuff, but that's what they used to do. And it used to be like extremely prosperous. And I think the story is that like in World War II, for some kind of device that the military needed, they were going through a lot of like demand for mercury. So Terlingua was doing really good up until the end of World War II, and then it was just
crashed.
What do we need all this mercury for?
Wow.
So anyway, and I don't know if that's like indicative of the soil down there. Like if you did set something up, could you even grow anything down there?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
It doesn't look like anything
grows. It doesn't
grows.
look like it. It doesn't look like anything grows.
Yeah, so that's why the property's
property's
so cheap.
Yeah.
So I wonder if you took a sample of the soil and mailed it in, if you'd come back with like a lot of mercury in it or something.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, but it's a fascinating little area. And then I think just walking distance to the river, and then across from that's Mexico.
Yes.
And then I guess there's people down there that have like a pretty good trade agreement with like some of the farmers on the other side, and people like go over there for lunch and then come back, but you're only allowed to cross that section of border like 2 times a week.
Yeah.
There's some kind of weird regulation.
That's interesting.
So it's just a different lifestyle down there.
It's a different lifestyle. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm 100% serious. If y'all ever want to go, let me know.
Yeah, dude. Like we love
Hook
to
up and go.
Go. Yeah, for sure. We love that stuff.
There was a guy that I think he was from Fort Worth, went down there and tried to open up like a little brewery. They didn't make it.
No?
No.
How come?
There's just not enough business down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, I haven't talked to the guy, but I'm imagining that's what happened. He went down there with this idea and
Right.
it just
When
didn't
you
work.
think about like the summer months, I would think would probably be the hardest because it's so hot.
Yeah.
Whereas we went in January and it was perfect.
I wonder how many like annual events they have, because I know that they had like a marathon or something that they do.
And then
Well,
like
that
the
was
big
like
chili
the-
cook-off,
I
like
was
that's
saying.
the big one, right?
Yeah, that's another thing that I saw was the chili cook. I'd forgotten about that. But,
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So, but you know what? Whenever all this coronavirus stuff hit, they probably weren't affected at all.
Their life is still carrying on as
Yeah.
usual. I bet you're exactly
'Cause, yeah,
right.
I mean, you can still go hike and keep distance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When I was looking for property down there, one of the things I saw is like there's no city water, there's no cell phone service. Like
No.
you're off the grid whether you want to be or not.
Yeah.
So,
Do they have police? Like, I mean,
I know there's a post
Yeah,
office.
So
there is a post office. Yeah, I
And there's
remember seeing
one
the post
guy.
office.
Yeah, and I did see,
I think
so-
I remember that. Yes, I remember seeing a
Couple
police
cop
car
cars,
too. It's fascinating.
I saw something on your. I think this was part of that Fort Worth Weekly. I hope I'm getting that right. I didn't write it down. But there was an article and it said something about Nobody's Fool was written to be like kind of a Quentin Tarantino attention grabber.
I mean, well, so a lot of the covers that we do, and style-wise, like I am influenced by those movies, and I mean, he puts the best music in movies. Like, I mean, he's incredible at it, and just that style and that feel, like it was definitely an inspiration, you know.
Me and my buddy are always talking about Quentin Tarantino movies because
Would you call me?
there's kind of a broad range. I mean, he's got his own style, but like Reservoir Dogs, that was kind of a really weird movie.
Totally.
But
Thank you.
it's iconic in its own way.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
but I was just excited to see that because we've just recently been talking a lot about Quentin Tarantino. So
Did you see his last one, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
yes,
What'd you
and I
think?
loved it.
I loved
and
it
I
too.
can't stop talking about it. But
Yeah.
that was a really clever spin. I think the thing that unfortunately keeps getting brought up over and over again, that's deducting from that movie as a whole, is there's a lot of people upset with the way Bruce Lee was depicted, which Quentin Tarantino is going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but the entire movie was just awesome. I mean, it was really slow, but he's got his own way of doing things,
Yes.
and that's what makes him special.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. I feel like, I just got to learn so many new songs from him that I never would have heard.
Yeah.
And then it was so powerful for me because of the imagery that was put with it in the times. And I mean, it just, forever. Like we used to do Chick Habit and a whole bunch of his songs.
Yeah.
That he put.
With you being into the film industry anyways, it's not a surprise that you're into Quentin Tarantino.
Yep. Yeah.
So.
Totally.
Well, guys, I appreciate getting to do this with you.
Yeah, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Thank you
This is
so
awesome.
much.
Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
this is episode 1?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put 10 episodes together and release them all at the same time.
Got you.
And I don't know the exact order that I'm going to put them in, but there's some big ticket names that I've got on there, and I'm just waiting on some feedback via
Sweet.
email. So we'll see. But the goal is to get it out as quick as possible. And then once it's rolling, I'll be doing one a week. So anytime y'all want to come, just shoot the shit and talk about
Maybe we'll do
shows
an
you've been on,
interlingua.
shows you're... Oh, man, that'd be awesome.
How fun would that be?
You
That'd be
saw
cool.
how easy it is.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, twist your
Well, I
arm.
say that now, and then I'm gonna go. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go to edit this, and I'm gonna be mortified. One of the mics didn't work, or my shirt was rubbing on the mic, or so. But it's the first one. So,
Yeah, you know how to get a hold of us. Like,
Yeah, for sure,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no matter what, I'm gonna package this up, and it's gonna be an episode. But yeah, I would love to get you guys back in a room in the very near future and talk about maybe your tour and then what you got coming up.
Would love
Yeah.
to do that.
So, and
Awesome,
anytime
man.
you've got something that needs to go out on social media, let me know. I don't have a big audience right now, but like Altitude Grove, still got that. So I have an email list too, so I can shoot stuff out.
Cool.
Sweet.
We appreciate it. We'll talk
It's my
all.
honor. Yeah.
Like,
Awesome.
yeah. Thank you for thinking about us and reaching out to us.
I'm so glad I just thought of this. Let the listeners know best ways to find you guys and your work.
HightowerBand.com.
Hightowerband.com. What about Instagram? Or...
All of our social media, everything is all Hightower Band.
Okay. Yep. Hightower Band.
Yeah.
But hightowerband.com.
Facebook.com/HightowerBand, Instagram.com/HightowerBand, Twitter. Do we even have a Twitter?
I think so. I
Yeah,
don't know.
probably Hightower Band.
Yeah.
That's Matt's
Band.
department, right?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly
Hightower-
right.
yeah.
You see how much we,
Oh, maybe we'll get Matt on.
Yeah, we should bring Matt along.
Oh,
my
my
God.
gosh.
It's gonna be a party.
That would be a party.
He's very energetic. Seems like a super nice guy. I'd
Oh,
love to
yeah.
talk to him.
Oh, it would be a ball. Terlingua trip. We'll record, bring Matt Jones. Like, we got a party to plan.
Maybe we'll get some mobile studio set up by the time we go down there, before we get a trip going. So
Dude, it'd be
There's a
incredible.
Banyo.
yeah, we're done, guys. Thank y'all
Cool.
so much.
Yo, Andrew, thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. And hopefully I can get out to see one of your shows soon.
Yeah, I hope so too. Drinking till dark, staying up till the kindest hour, pacing around with my wine in my robe, every light in the house is on. I'm questioning my sanity, vanity. I see you in my dreams. If I could only get some sleep. But keeping a peaceful mind is like trying to catch the moonlight. I'll see you in my dreams. If I could only get some sleep. But keeping a peaceful mind is like treading water. I crash into it. Alone inside my skin, I push it down, then I smile again. Haven't answered my phone in days, 'cause they ask me how I've been. I'm questioning my sanity, vanity.
peaceful mind is like treading water. I crash into it. I cash into it. I crash into it. I cash into it. I cash into it. Crash into it. I see you in my dreams. If I could only get some sleep, but keeping a peaceful mind is like trying to catch the moonlight. I see you in my dreams. If I could only get some sleep, but keeping a peaceful mind is like treading water. I crash into it. I cash into it. I crash into it.